What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Eagles fans? It's your boy TK the Official, and welcome back to another episode of TK Sports Talk, where we talk about the NFL, but more importantly, we talk about your Philadelphia Eagles, man. Hey, I hope you like the new background. I hope you like the new couch back here, okay? Pull up on it. Come sit down with your boy. Kick it back. Stick with me all season long, okay? This season, we got the studio set up. We got the microphone set up, the computer, everything that we need to be live, actionable, and getting ready to go. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I'm sorry I hadn't reported on training camp earlier, but day 4, okay, ladies and gentlemen, day 4 of training camp is in the books today, and this was actually day 1 of actual live practice with the Philadelphia Eagles being in full pads. And you know, this is what we've been wanting to see. Okay, because we've been getting reports that the defense has been so far long ahead of the offense, and with good reason, right? This is, again, the 6th offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts in 7 years, going into a 7th season as an NFL. And today, all right, after not feeling so great about the Eagles offense or the Eagles offensive players, ESP and every other Eagles writer, beat writer, sports reporter that was at training camp today said that the offense got the best of the defense today, that this was the offense best day of practice in 4 days of training camp. And it's to be of no surprise, okay? There's pads on. The offensive line can actually effectively block, okay? Jalen Hurts can step up. The running backs can chip off the edge and get out into the route and offer a little bit more extra pass protection, okay? And we're able to go live. And from what I saw just today, the reports are that Jalen Hurts was 14 of 16. Yes, I am counting stats because it's all we have to go off of. You know, Jalen Hurts was 14 of 16 today, 3 touchdowns. Yes, 1 interception. But the reports are from multiple sources that interception came from a miscommunication. Okay, now we don't know who was right and who was wrong. Okay, quarterback. Okay, this defense has come under Vic Fangio for the 3rd year now, and if you've not been a 3-year vet here under Vic Fangio, then you've been a 2-year vet under Vic Fangio, and so there's been some familiarity with the system. Okay, we also understand that the defense doesn't have to think, okay, the way that the offense does. Okay, the defense is more of a read and react. Okay, know your keys, know your alignment, your assignment, who you got. Okay, and you, when the ball flows, you flow. Okay, Vic Fangio has been one of the best, okay, defensive coordinators, not only in his stint as a Philadelphia Eagle, but throughout his career. Okay, the Vic Fangio defense is something that's widespread throughout the league, and going up against this Philadelphia Eagles defense is no small feat. Okay, so imagine being an offense that again is learning a new coordinator, not only a new coordinator, but a new offensive system. Okay, we've heard from players all throughout training camp, and I'll go back and do some videos and try to catch you guys up on just exactly what's coming out of NovaCare, how the players are feeling about this new offensive system with Sean Mannion coming from the Sean McVay, coming from the Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan whole type of regime, whole type of offensive flow. Okay, we've seen it go against us, and we've seen other teams have great success with it, and now it's our turn. So yeah, there's going to be some growing pains with this, okay? But reports are from training camp today, okay? Now all your normal guys are there, okay? You got your Jimmy Kimskis, you got your Dave Zingaros, okay? You got your Bo Wolfs, you got your some other people that I'm forgetting, okay? And then you have ESP, all right? And if you don't know what ESP is, that's Elliott Shore Parks. Now, listen, I know a lot of us like to take our jabs at Elliott Shore Parks, and we think that him counting stats at training camp practice is ridiculous. And in large part it is. However, it gives us fodder. Okay, it gives us something to talk about. It gives us on the outside a glance, a chance to look inward. Okay, was it Jalen Hurts? Was it Elijah Moore? I'm not sure. Brand new offense, brand new player. Who knows what was going on there? Okay. However, when two players are not on the same page, things like we saw happen today. Quinyon Mitchell got his hands on the football, and yes, he did catch it. All right, and I don't know if he actually really ran it back for a touchdown, for a pick six, okay? But the implication is that if this was a real game, he would have scored. Okay, so but that's all good and well. That was on a 7-on-7. All right, that was the only blemish of the day. Okay, other than that, Jalen Hurts looked awesome. Okay, and I also understand that he had a rushing touchdown today as well. Okay, on a familiar play to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now this is all great news for a fan base that is looking for this Eagles offense to take a bounce back, to take a step forward, okay, to bounce back from what was just a lackluster performance from this offense last year, okay. Each and every year we've seen Jalen Hurts go through these coordinators, okay, and even without the best of coordinators, that Eagles offensive team, because I don't want to say this one because that was last year's, but that Eagles offensive team was so talented, all right, that they were able to go out there and line up against most teams, okay, who weren't at the upper echelon, and that Philadelphia Eagles team was able to go out there and out-talent the opponent. Okay, along with the defense playing outside of its mind, the Eagles offense was able to figure out a way to get it done. All right, and it's been able to do that in the way that they've been able to get to the playoffs, but it caught up with the Philadelphia Eagles last year as the offense was just unimaginative. All right. I don't want to get into, who was the coordinator and all these other things. We all know what happened. We have the whole offseason and preseason to kind of go over some of those things as we look forward to the new upcoming season. But I want to talk about this Philadelphia Eagles football team and how excited I am about what we're going to see this year. Okay. The offensive players spoke today, as well as some defensive players. They spoke up today about their first padded practice, about what they've been seeing from the offensive coordinator, what they've been seeing from the defensive coordinator, and what they've been seeing from themselves. Okay, now let's take a listen to some of the players and what they had to say.
Yeah, I think from the standpoint of not going up there and playing chess, and we can kind of play a little faster. I mean, this scheme kind of presses the defense, and you're able to play fast and not have to overthink things, and you can kind of play a little quicker, and you're making things look a lot more complex without having to think more complex. It's kind of a nice intermediate, best of both worlds, where we can play fast but not have to think a million miles an hour. So I really like it so far, but then again, this is practice number one with pads on. We're still ironing out the kinks and figuring it out, but I like it, man. I get to run out there and play some ball and just go hit some people.
Yeah, I definitely agree with just playing faster. Like, I think we're still learning the scheme, still trying to figure out, but I think a lot of the stuff is pretty similar. It's just once we figure out like what the declaration is, there's little things like tag to the play that kind of changes it. But other than that, I think it just allows us to play faster and keep things moving.
I feel like we building and we getting better and better, especially since OTAs. I feel like catching the ball out the flat, catching the ball, being there for the quarterback when he need us to go for all the backs. I feel like that's the big piece that we do fill up and make up for the times where he probably can't throw it deep and he can quit check down and get what we got to get for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to be the best. That's always been my mentality, right? And we've got an extremely loaded room, and those guys know I compete, and those guys know that I'm not backing down from anything, right? So the goal and the aim is always to be the best defensive tackle, right? And that's my mindset. I want to make more plays. I want to get more sacks. I want to make more TFLs. I want to be the best in the room and the best in the league. And ultimately, I think if we all have that mindset, we'll bring the best out of each other.
Man, I love my room. We bring our own aspects. We all like Swiss Army knives, but some people tools are sharper than others, and we pick up from one another and we learn, and that's the best way to be. You pick up and you learn from one another. You won't never shy down nothing like that.
I feel good. It's just so nice being back in and swinging things, and once you get back into stuff, it just your body starts getting used to the way things are, and I just feel better. Going into a season without having surgery and having the off season to recover, train, and work on exactly what I need instead of, rehabbing one specific thing. And I can kind of work on a lot of stuff and get the whole body feeling a little better.
I mean, I think last year just because it was my third year, so with the same type of offense. So I think I was pretty comfortable with what I was doing. I think this year it's been good just being introduced to this new offense, but I think the coach has been doing a great job of just kind of explaining to us what our job is and how to execute it and the different techniques that we're using now. So I think that's just the main difference, the new offense, but I think it's going pretty well.
I feel like honestly, Coach Nick do a good job how he run camp. It's very different and very more detailed and a lot of discipline in this camp. I feel like he put a lot on us to hold us accountable. So I feel like I love that, and it's not babying us, making us hold ourselves accountable and grow with our teammates and hold them accountable, and they hold me accountable. So I feel like that's the big piece I love about the Eagles training camp is that it's on you to get better, but it's on the team to continue to grow.